Hello all. In day 7 we are going to learn about analysis of beams and then check the shear force, bending moment and then deflection diagram and then value under the different load conditions like nodal load, that is nothing but you can say point load or concentrated load. Member loads are UDL load, UVL load and trapezoidal load. UDL is nothing but uniformly distributed load. UVL is nothing but uniformly varying load. So let's learn all these things. Before that, I am presenting you some examples or problems you can say. You can see simple supported beam, deflection and then formula. While doing the manual calculation, we use these formulas. So I am just elaborating this figure. This is the beam, simple supported beam under a single point load. So for example purpose, we are just assuming the value, that is the pressure P, and then the total length you can go ahead with 10 meter, 15 meter, whatever it may be, and then exactly in the middle of the beam there is a load applying over it, and then at the both side we have the pin support, or else you can change the conditions like one is fixed and then one is ruler, one is fixed and then one is pin, like that. So once you done, you get the shear force and bending moment diagram like this. So this is a point load you can say, or member load you can say. This is one more problem, that is simple supported beam under a single point. Here located anywhere on the beam. This is not located exactly in the middle of the beam. It is somewhere around distance of A from the origin. And then here you get the shear force and then bending moment. We can check that. This is simple supported beam under 2-point load. You can apply 2-point load, nodal load you can see at exact distance of A and then B. So we will get the shear force like this and bending moment like this. Simple supported beam under the uniform distributed load, that is UDL, like this. Throughout the beam is carrying the UDL load. Then you will get the shear force and then bending moment diagram like this. This is also simple supported beam under a UDL with cantilever about something B distance. You can go with the cantilever beam. Then you will get a shear force and bending moment like this. So let's work out with all the types of the beams in the STAAD now. Let's start with the problem number 1. So here you can see we have the beam span is about 6 meter and then it is fixed at one end, that is A, and then it is cantilever beam because there is no support at C point, and then here we have the load, that is UDL load from B to C about 3 meter. We have the UDL load distribution, and then exactly at the end point, that is C, we have the point load or concentrated load about 25 kN. Let's work out with this. I just open the STAAD, click on the new project, click on the space option. You can go ahead with a name, that is problem number 1. Next, add beam method, done. Now I just customize the grid. I keep this in XZ plane and the beam span is exactly 6 meter. So 10 meter is enough along the X direction. Okay, so how to customize the grid according to the requirement. So you can start from the origin or else from the any point. I just draw the 6 meter beam like this. So once I done with the geometry, I just make off this grid option. Then you can just have a look in the 3D. So it is 2D now. In order to convert it into 3D, go to the general and then property and then click on the define. Click on the rectangle shape. I just go ahead with the IS standard, that is depth is about 0.3 and then width is about 0.23. Material is concrete. So if you want to change the material, then you can change. Click on the add and close. Make sure you select the beam and then assign to selected beam and then yes. Next, switching it into support. So at A end I have a fixed support. Create, fix, add. Select this. Take the node cursor, select this node, make sure you have a assign to selected node option, assign yes. So this is the cantilever beam. First condition, I just apply the point load exactly at the C point. For that, I click on the load and definition option. Before going to this, I have to apply the dead load as self weight. Even if there is not in the problem, it is very compulsory to add the dead load, because without dead load it can't bear any external load. So that's why it is very compulsory to add the dead load. For that, load case details, add load number 1 and then load type is dead load. You can rename it as a DL. Add and close. Select over it, click and add self weight. Make sure you have the Y direction and then -1 factor. Add it, close. Select over this, select the beam, assign to selected beam and assign. Click on the 3D rendered view to check the property. So this is how you can apply the property or cross sectional details to that particular beam. Close it. Along with this, as per the problem, I just want to apply the point load. Again, if it is under the dead load category, then you can add it, or else if it is a different category, then you can again click on the load case details, add, and then you can switch it into live load like that. So I am just adding it into dead load category itself. Add, and then next, if you want to apply at exactly on the node, then you can go ahead with the nodal load. And then Fy is vertical distance that we have is 25, but make sure you are giving minus value because it is acting downward. 25. Add and close. Select this force. With the help of node cursor, select the last node and then make sure you are selecting the assign to selected node and then assign it. So this is how we apply the load. The symbol is not properly visible. In order to customize that, we have to reduce the scale. For that, you click on the scale option which is in the toolbar. So here we have the labels and then scale option. As this is a point load, I want to change the distance and then click on the apply option like this and OK. Check it. If not, again I am just reducing it. I directly give it as a 30. So like this way you can reduce the point load application. So if I want to show the beam number and then load value, for that also just click on the scale option, click on the label option, click on the node number, you will get the node number, beam number. Along with this you click on the load value. For each load you will get the value, how much load you applied for that particular load type. Apply and OK. So this is how we get the node number 1 and 2 and then beam number is 1 and the load is 25 kilonewton. So like this way I just applied. So if you want to analyze with this itself, then you can just click on the analyze. But as per the problem we have the UDL load. For that also I just click on the dead load, add it. In this case I want to apply the UDL load over the member load. So for that you just make sure you are clicking on the member load and then select the type of the force, that is uniform force. According to the problem we have is 8 kilonewton, that is -8 because it is acting downward. So if it is exactly over the whole beam, then no need to give any distance D1, D2, D3. In order to get a better idea about D1, D2, D3, you just have a look over here. If it is a steel beam I section, then you have to put the value in the D3. If it is concrete beam, then we are just considering only the D1 and D2. D1 is nothing but the distance from the origin point. D2 is nothing but the distance from the origin to the last point of the load. So as per the problem, the UDL is started 3 meter from the origin. That's why the D1 is 3 meter. And the total distance 3 plus 3 is 6. That will be your 6. So like this way you have to add the distance. Add it and close. Select that uniform force load. Select this beam with the help of beam cursor. Make sure you have click on the assign to selected beam. Assign, yes. So this is how we can apply the UDL according to the problem. Now once I done, make sure you have continue with the 5 steps what I described you earlier, that is setup, geometry creation, after that general, under the general you have to apply the property, support, load and definition. Once you done all the steps, then you click on the analysis and print, click on the all option, add and close, or else you go with the command option, analysis, perform analysis. You can do either one of the method. Next, analyze and unanalyze. So make sure you should have a 0 errors. Then you click on the view output file. Done. Just have a look what will be the dead load of the beam, that is 9.755 kilonewton. But I just want to confirm the density of the concrete. For that I click on the start editor option to change the input. This one I explained it in the last session. Red color shows heading and then blue color shows input value. In the density option we have to change it as 2500. After this you have to click on the save option. Again I just click on the all, add, close, analyze, run analyze and then save. Again click on the view output file and then check the dead load. Now this will be the actual weight of the structure, that is 10.350, and then these are the theoretical values of your beam, that is reactions and bending moment and all the stuff. So if you want to go ahead with the theoretical output, then you can click on the view output file, or else I just click on the post production here itself, or else again while doing the analysis we have the option that is go to post processing mode. Done it. So once I click over that, it is asking me that we have the different categories of the loads under the dead load type. So I want to click over the dead load, apply, OK. So this is how we get the deflection, because as it is the cantilever beam, obviously we get the deflection. Click on the beam option to get the shear force diagram, stresses graph. So this is how you get the bending moment diagram and then shear force diagram. And then as I told you yesterday, if you want to show the value, then make sure you click on this MZ option, that is the moment diagram, bending moment diagram, and then Fy to get the shear force diagram. And if you want to show the value, click on the result, view value, beam result. So if you want to show the bending both at the end, maximum and midpoint, shear, you can go ahead, annotate, OK. So this is how you get the value. Go to the animation and then check the deflection, apply, OK. This is how you get the deflection animation. It means the beam is not safe because of the cantilever. Again, if you want to do the changes in the modeling, then you click on the modeling option and do the changes in the geometry, general, load and support. So now I just want to confirm the beam distance, means you have the option that is display node to node distance. Click over that option, click the first point and second point, between which points you want to measure the distance. This is how you can show the distance. If you want to remove, then just after that we have the option that is remove all the nodes to display. So like this way you can check the analysis, shear force, bending moment and deflection under the different load conditions. So like this, once we get the result, even you can edit in each step, that is you come under the geometry and then the geometry is done now, and then general, property. If you want to change the property, then you just click over that property, define property, click on the edit option and then you change the cross section as 0.3, change it, yes, and close. Next, support. So rather than keeping this as a cantilever, for this node also I want to apply. So you can go ahead with the different conditions and define it as a problem 2, problem 3, like that. So you will get a plenty of customization for your practice purpose. Like this, I just applied the force, and then load and definition, even you can change the loads. The solvent is fixed, so you can change the point load or concentrated load. For that, click on the edit option and then you can make it 25 or 20. Change it, close it. Next, uniform load, edit it. So I just move the distance, that is D1 and D2. Change and close, so that this is how we can apply the UDL force throughout the beam. Next, after this, all, add, close and start the run analysis. Check the errors. So I'll just show you how you get the error. If I miss the property, for example, I just delete this one. Okay, so now I don't have any material cross sections. I click on the analysis, add and close, start the run analysis and save. So I am getting the error. Let's check that error. Click on the view output file and done. So there is a warning and then error. Click on the error option. So read the error, that is density not provided, is nothing but self-weight command ignored. So like this way you will get the error if you done any mistake or if you skip any method out of the 5 step. Close it again. Density is nothing but property. I define it one more time. Rectangle 0.3, 0.3, depending on the problem value you can add it. Assign this to beam like this. Now let's start with the problem number 2. The cantilever beam, here you can see that is fixed at one end and there is no support at the A point. Cantilever beam shown below carries two concentrated or point load, that is exactly at the A and then B, and then uniformly distributing load between C and D. Calculate the support reactions, bending moment, shear force. Calculate the shear force for bending moment at point A, B, C, D, like this. So the total span of the beam is 5 meter, and then we have two different load conditions. So we can assume the beam size is 0.3, 0.3, 0.2, 3.3, like that way, and then I am assuming this is a concrete beam. Let's start with the start proof. For that, click on the file, new, space, problem 2, meter kilonewton. Next, add beam method, finish. The span is 5 meter. The span of the beam is total 5 meter. If it is 5.5, 5.6, like that, so I just keep the grid in XZ. So when it is 5.5 or 5.6, like that, whatever it may be, between the grid, so then I can't able to draw 5.5 or 6.5 because of the grid spacing. I just keep the spacing as 0.5 and then increase the number of grid lines according to it and say OK. Now you can able to draw the span is 5.5, 6.5, like this. Depending on the digit, you have to customize the grid. As per problem 2, we have the span of 5 meter, 10 grid is enough. Draw the 5 meter beam of the grid. General, property, define, rectangle, 0.3, 0.23, add, close, select the beam, assign to selected beam, assign it, go to the support. As per the problem, we have fixed support, apply it, load and definition. Dead load we have to add compulsory. Under the dead load we have the different categories, that is first we have to add the self-weight. Select the beam, assign to, make sure you select the self-weight beam and then assign to selected beam. Along with this, I have two more conditions. One is nodal load. So if you go with the member load and adding concentrated force, then we can't add because this load will apply over the beam, not over the node. So according to the problem, we have the nodal force about -10. Add and close, and then select that particular node with the help of node cursor and then apply it. Under the dead load category, we have one more load case, that is uniform force is about -4, and then it is ended exactly at 2 meter, so that will be our D2, 2 meter. Add close. Select the beam with the help of beam cursor and then apply it. So go to the scale option to change the scale of your point loads. Go to the label to show the node number, beam number, load value. Apply OK. If you want to check the beam span, then go to the display node to node distance and check it. So if you want to remove, then here we have the remove all the node option. Analysis, all, add, close, command, analysis, perform analysis, all, OK. Analysis, run analysis, save. So make sure you should get a 0 errors. Go to post processing mode to check the diagrammatical results. Under the dead load, we want to see the results. Go to the reactions to check the reactions. Displacement, this is how your beam displaced. Animation, click over the deflection and apply OK. As it is cantilever, obviously we get the deflection. Beam, stresses, this is the stress diagram. You can change it to any point to check the stresses to a required distance. The total span of the beam is 5 meter. Even you can go ahead and then change it exactly in the midpoint that we have 2.5 is how much stress we have. That is the maximum stress is 22 and the minimum is -22, like that. And in the graph we have the bending moment diagram and then shear force diagram. So this is how you get the result. In the next video we learn the other commands. Thank you.